She take my money. I don't know the words, so I'd have to just repeat. When I'm in need, I got no money for her to take. So now I need. It's okay to talk to yourself and hear yourself, right? It's just when you hear other voices and you answer them, that's when I think we need to seek help. Or I need to seek help.
You start fighting with
yourself. I fight with myself, but if I see other people around me that aren't there, that's a problem. You know, when I first tried smoking, I was in 5th grade. And I remember the kid said, swallow the smoke. Man, I coughed my brains out. It was nasty. So I did it again the day after.
All your friends swallowed?
Yeah, they all swallowed. And I did it the day after. And I did it the day after. And I did it the day after till I got really good at it.
Swallowing?
Yes. And smoking. And I'll tell you what, people say it's hard to quit. It's not hard to quit. It's just as hard to start than it is to quit. But we force ourselves.
Control. It's self-control. That's all it is.
But we force ourselves. We force ourselves to like whiskey. We force ourselves to like smoking. We force ourselves to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
So they can become habit.
Yeah.
Stop screwing around. Let's get to business.
Here we go.
Get to the point.
He's not the brightest bulb in the box.
Yes.
My favorite one is when my mom said, "It's not broken. It just has to be glued together."
See, that's an optimistic way of looking at things.
Right. It's not broken. It just has to be glued. It would be the name of your next book.
It's not broken.
It's not broken. It just needs to be glued together.
Well, I heard in the news of a lady who knew her husband was cheating on her, and while he was sleeping, she super glued his private to his leg.
Oh, that's
so when
funny.
He woke up, he obviously couldn't unsuper glue it.
Funny.
Had to go to the hospital. Imagine the embarrassment on that one.
That's funny.
Why are you here? Well, my unit's super glued to my leg. And now I pee with one leg. With 2 legs. No, not one. I was 2. Whoa, oh, this is so wrong, this conversation.
There once was a lady who swallowed. Oh, wait.
Comedy is gone, and I see it slowly coming back, so that's nice. We need laugh. Laugh is good medicine.
Yeah.
The time is 12:52. I should have a number. Remember, in the old days, you could call on your phone to see what time it was.
Yes. Where's your child?
Now you just have to pick up your phone and look at it. Before you had to dial to get the time. Now you pick up your phone and just look at
your watch.
Or your watch. Yeah, but that would be the smartest thing to do is look at the watch or the clock, but people still use the phone to call to see what time it was. Or you could call to have it call you back to make sure your phone was working.
Yeah.
That was crazy stuff.
Or to get movie times.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Either newspaper or you had to call.
Yep. I remember my aunt
movie phone.
My aunt, who can hardly speak English, I remember she was over for Christmas Eve. She purposely called the local church and asked what time midnight mass was. The priest said, midnight? We just died on the floor laughing. That was too funny. Zipia.
Yeah, Zipia. I figured.
Hey, what time is a midnight the mass? He said a midnight. Remember that song? Shut Up, You Face? They used to play it on the radio.
Yeah.
Now they had to stop playing it because non-Italians were offended. But all the Italians I knew loved it.
Right.
It was a shut up, you face.
That's how it is now. The people that they're not talking about are getting offended.
Yeah. Well, let me get offended for you.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't offend me or affect me.
Yeah.
But I will speak for you. Oh, jeez. people just don't have things to do.
We live in backwardsville.
I remember once I worked for a pasta company, and they used to put there's 12 or 18 raviolis in the bag.
Yeah.
And there was a person who wrote a letter who actually count all the raviolis, and one was broken because it was frozen.
Yeah.
So she said it's literally 17, not 18, because the one was broken. So that's false advertisement. And she would like another bag sent. So he changed it from numbers of raviolis to the weight.
Oh,
so you can, but people will go out and, you say you have X amount in there. We'll spend the time to count. If you put there's 100 M&Ms, they will spend the time to count the M&Ms to make sure there's 100. But if there's 101, they'll still complain. And you got an extra M&M. Imagine that.
Word of the day: boredom.
Yeah.
These people are bored. I mean, that's just that is the very definition of boredom, right there.
And this was before computers. They would take the time to write letters.
They got no life.
Cost more for the stamp.
Right.
Do they still make stamps?
Oh yeah.
Huh?
Don't worry, they still have mail.
I know, I get them. It's called bills. Can you hear the dogs barking?
This won't be.
That isn't. That's my wife. No.
Here we go.
Wait a minute. Let me add a little. What is that? The laugh? No. No. There we go. That's not the dog barking. That's my wife. And she's far from a dog. So
is that what we're gonna call this episode?
Far from a dog?
No, that's not. It's not the dog. It's my wife.
How do I look in glasses?
Ooh. See, you look smarter.
Ooh. Technically speaking, wearing glasses makes you look smarter with hearing aids. I tell you, I love my hearing aids. For the first time, I could hear my zipper. When I went to the bathroom, I literally heard my zipper go down. Now, I can't tell you if there was anything behind it because that's another story in itself. But just the amazement of noises you never heard before, paper ruffling, or it's crazy what you thought you normally could hear, and then you get hearing aids and you can hear everything you couldn't hear before.
Yeah.
There's some things I don't want to hear, so I just shut them off.
Like what?
Oh,
like my wife.
No, actually, I can hear people fatulate from other rooms. I don't need to hear that sound.
Wow.
I never heard that before. Even a silent but deadly one, I could hear it now.
You can hear it.
Before I could just smell it. Now I can hear it.
I can hear smells. Wow.
What is wrong with our brains?
I'm thinking about dinner.
I love these little buttons. I want to know when I can use them. Ladies and gentlemen, live today is the Giulio Show. Why they laughed, I don't know. That's before the Viagra.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
This is before Viagra. And this is after Viagra. Oh, geez. The things you could do with this. And this is when you're looking for it.
Go up to the upper right one. Don't hit it yet. Ready? This is when I show my wife my dingling. It's like it's like something that they would put in a toilet paper commercial.
I have some. Wow. Wow. You recorded in my bathroom break?
Yep, I could hear you.
I could hear me too.
Good.
Well, we can shoot the breeze a little bit.
Summer breeze
makes me feel
fine.
fine. Or we
Golden
be this
together
Cosby. What is that?
Be-
It used to be Cosby, Stills, and Nash,
Nash,
but then one
yeah.
of them booked.
One of them, Nash dashed. No, wait. Seals and Croft.
Seals and Crofts.
They also do.
Cosby, Steels, and Crofts used to be the group.
No, just Steels and Croft.
Well,
Wait.
somebody had a Cosby, Steels, and Nash, or
Cosby.
What's his name?
Summer breeze makes me feel
with pudding. Think he's getting pudding
Yeah,
delivered to his house.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby and R. Kelly together on a commercial.
Yeah, really, yeah.
This is your brain on drugs. Thank God I don't watch regular TV anymore. I mean, I don't even know what a commercial is anymore. Do they still have commercials?
Yeah, on the online they do, yeah, sure.
Well, I mean, besides online, but
well,
who watches
same
regular
commercials?
TV?
No, I mean, they have the same commercials that are on TV. They're just on the internet now.
I can't stand regular TV. You can't even watch a good show anymore. Like the old days, you had Three's Company, Mark and Mindy, Happy Days. You just had good comedy shows. Today, it's all reality shows. About who can do more damage to another person, or lie, or cheat, or and they set these people up to do it. They have to actually sign contracts that they be willing to do.
Well, they also find stupid people.
Stupid things like sleep with somebody else's husband.
Was the reason why smart people, you never see smart people on these shows, because smart people don't do these shows. They just find stupid people.
Oh, obviously
the only ones that'll do them.
People who watch them don't understand.
Well, they appeal to the stupid part of your brain. Everybody's got a stupid part of their brain.
Yeah, I'm saying
the shows. Well, these shows they appeal to that like that caveman part of your brain, where you could be. I mean, you could be a CEO of a gigantic company, smart, be an engineer, or whatever. But there's that part of your brain where those shows hook you. Problem is, it's too much now. I'm all for having a few stupid shows like that, but now it's everywhere. I mean, now they have the Learning Channel.
Slapstick funny. Now it's just
stupid, right? It's like my IQ's dropping as I'm watching this.
I think a lot of people's IQ dropped from watching TV, real TV.
Well, think about it.
Or the news.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, think about it, though. The Learning Channel it's all reality shows now. There's no learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it could be learning of what not to be and who to be.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they're doing. History Channel's all reality shows now. There's very little. History Channel's got Bigfoot shows and alien shows. History Channel used to be history.
Yeah, people don't like history.
No.
They're tearing it down.
I love it's a great quote from National Treasure. Nick Cage, he goes, people don't hate history, they hate their own histories.
That's true. And history is history, and we learn from it.
Right.
That's why we teach it, so we can learn what not to do, what not to repeat, or what worked and what could work. Yeah. But people, it's great to create a new future, but you can only create something that we learn from. Yeah. And we should learn from our past. There's some terrible things that happened that could never be repeated again. But we have to know that so it doesn't get repeated, and we can put the laws in and whatever to fix it.
But there's two kinds of people. There's people who learn from their past, and then the ones who don't.
Yeah. Why do you cut in and out?
Am I cutting in and out? You sure?
Not right now, but you did just a second
your hearing aid?
It's probably my hearing aid.
Your hearing aid's cutting out?
They're cutting in and out. It's as you got a date. That's what I used to do when people called me and I didn't want to talk to them. I'm like, so listen, I'm riding.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can't hear you. I'm like, well, I'm in what? I'll call you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
Works every time.
Yeah. Classic.
Yeah. Learn how to do that so you can get off phone calls you don't want to be on.
Yeah, really.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to talk mountains.
Yeah, really confuse them.
Yeah, because the shh doesn't work.
No, they're hip to that now.
No, no. Or just hang up and
It's
text
true.
them back. I lost connection. Don't know why.
Yeah, or battery died.
Battery
Battery
died.
died. Yeah, they don't know.
Well, how can you text me if your battery died?
Don't text them. Don't text them. You got to wait till later. You text them later. Say, hey, sorry, my battery died. And
People do that to me. I know they do
oh yeah,
because I have other people call them and they answer.
that's at least that's being creative. But now people just don't respond, and they say, "Oh, I never got you." It's like, oh, bullshit. You didn't
People
get my
don't talk
text.
anymore. They rather text than
Yeah, but they don't
speak.
even want to text. They ghost you, and then they say, "Oh, I never got it." Bullshit. Yeah, you did. What? You haven't checked your phone in 3 days?
I'm happy when they don't text me. I don't have to answer a text back because it
Well,
takes a long
that's
time to type with these chubby little fingers. And I type words, and then autocorrect kills it.
you need the giant old people phone with the big buttons.
Well, no, I'm serious. I'll write something. I'll look at it before I send it,
Yeah.
and when I hit send, autocorrect automatically changes everything
Yeah.
to where it's like, who's this idiot writing me?
I bet you they come out with an even bigger phone than that. Because you
Big
got
as my
that's the
face. I need one
max.
as big as my body.
Yeah, that's the max. I guarantee you they come out with a phone that's even bigger than that.
Well, they should just make an iPad your
That's what
phone.
the iPad. well, that's too big. An iPad
Not for me.
for a phone?
Yeah, I can't see. It'd be
Do you
great to
keep that
have
in your
some.
pocket
If I could keep a
and put the
computer in my
huge
pocket,
thing,
I
put the huge iPad by your
would.
face?
Like I said, laughter is a great thing. We need more laughter than
Yeah.
bitching. I love to laugh. I love it, even at myself. The biggest kick I get is laughing at myself and my own jokes.
Yeah. Yeah.
People are like, "Why are you laughing at your own joke?" Because to me, it was funny.
Well, it's and also if you have a contagious laugh. So your laugh makes other people laugh.
Hee hee.
That helps. Yeah. That's Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I don't get the too confused.
No.
It's another one we can. Great music though.
Oh, you can't deny he was the best. His
Oh,
music, his
all
dancing,
of them
everything.
had
He
great
was
talent, but stupid thoughts. People just are losing more self control or more control
yeah.
without thinking of the consequences. Um, but no,
No,
I
it's
don't
true though.
care to sit and, I got the theater sound at home. I
You
got
just
my own
got you just got
TV.
to wait a little bit until the movie comes out. That's all.
If a good movie comes out,
John Wick 4.
oh, when's that coming
John
out?
Wick 4. I don't know, but that's if there was any movie to go to a theater for, it'd be that one.
No, I
I
love
go just to watch all that stuff, all the
old
old
movies,
stuff.
and a lot of people find those old movies offensive, but they were romantic
They can
and
fuck off.
you know funny, or it's like
Then don't watch it. If you're offended by it, don't watch it.
it's like
It's from a
you might
different
as well
time.
kill everything if you think it's offensive.
Yeah.
I mean, every song pretty much has love in it. Love me, love you.
Have you ever
Let's do it.
listen to any? Yeah, really. There you go. That's it.
Because
Yeah.
I know a lot of people. I hate R. Kelly for what he did, but they own every R. Kelly song.
Because it goes to it's the thing of can you separate the music from or the art from the artist? Can you
That's
do
what you
that?
basically.
That's I
Same
mean,
thing with
yeah, I
movies.
can.
There's certain actors that I had to learn to separate the actor from the actions of the actor, which you don't want to
Yeah.
support them, but the movies they did were great.
Tom Cruise. Look at Tom Cruise. We just watched Maverick yesterday, Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah,
That's a phenomenal movie.
that was great.
Unbelievable. It's like you can't if you're sitting there the whole time thinking, "Oh, Tom Cruise is Scientologist."
I used to enjoy a
Oh,
good
where's this
Disney
going? Oh,
film,
I was going to
but
thought you
I
were
will
say something
not
else.
sit. That is like Aladdin. What a great movie with
Yeah.
Robin Williams as the genie. But imagine going to see that by yourself. People are going to look at you like, what you doing here
Yeah.
alone? And it's no intent of whatsoever but to enjoy a movie.
Well, you talk about trigger warnings. Now, all the the classic Disney movies, the cartoons, they all have on the Disney Plus, they all have a trigger warning before it. So before you watch Aladdin, there's actually a little message before the movie that says basically saying, "Oh, there's racist depictions in this movie. It was wrong then. It's wrong now. We apologize." It's like patron. It's treating you like you're an idiot, basically. Like you can't. I mean,
Here's the thing,
how
if you gotta
weak
be
are
so
you?
sorry for the movie that you wrote and you are not happy about it, why are you still showing it? Take it
Exactly,
off the air.
exactly. If you think the movie's racist, then take it off
Mhm.
because they know it's not. They're pandering it to. It's like, how weak are you if you watch Aladdin and you feel offended? Good luck. Good luck anywhere in life. I mean, good luck just leaving the
A
house.
Little
You
Mermaid
know.
or anything like that.
Yep. Yep.
You know, if you gotta apologize for it, then throw it out and remake it.
Right. Well, that's what they're doing with the live action now.
Yeah.
They're changing, like the Little Mermaid, the one that's coming out. They're
Mhm.
changing her motive, so they're not making her motive about falling in love with Prince Eric. It's about she wants to.
What's the problem with falling in
Right. They
love
think it's
with someone?
weakness. They like she
A
doesn't need a
woman can
man.
fall in love with a man can fall in love with a woman can fall in love with a man can fall in love with a man. I mean, it doesn't matter. Love is love. Why do we have to hide love? They'll promote more killing movies,
Yeah.
more horror movies
Mhm.
than more love movies.
And they're even changing the lyrics in Little Mermaid where they took out, the song Kiss the Girl.
Yeah, go ahead and kiss
Yeah,
the girl.
they're taking that lyric out because they think it's like he's
What are
forcing
they gonna put
herself
in? Go
him.
ahead and slap the boy.
Yeah, yeah. It's like they think he's forcing himself on her. It's so stupid. It's just so stupid. Like
There
a
is
woman
people
can't.
who force themselves, and I get that. But when two people attract, their heads will automatically meet
Right.
together. You're
But
not
they're
forcing
right, but
anything.
they're
Or
not.
somebody can say, no,
Right. But that's not the
that's
scene.
not what I
That's not the scene. They're both in love with
with
each
each other.
other.
Well, that's like changing Romeo and Juliet, which I guess they have as well, but they made it more sexual.
This is yeah,
Crazy.
really. This is
It's about two people who loved each other and would
yeah.
die and kill themselves for each other to be with each other.
Yeah.
Um,
This is 1984, the book 1984. This is exactly what George Orwell wrote about how the future is going to be like. They were going to control speech. They were going to change books.
mm,
They were going to and they're doing it. They did it with all the books, the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, that book, like that author, I forget his
yeah,
name.
yeah.
They changed stuff in it. So then instead of saying they didn't say the word fat, they replaced it with enormous because that's better.
Same meaning.
Yeah. Hey, oh, you just call her fat? No, no, no. She's enormous.
Yeah, yeah.
Be politically correct here.
It keeps
Enormous.
changing.
Yeah.
Curvy,
Yeah.
enormous,
Oh, and they changed ugly to hideous.
which is worse.
Yeah.
They changed breastfeeding to chest feeding.
Ah, yes, yes.
Um, Either way, they're feeding from your breast. I can't figure that one out. I'm not keeping up with it. Uh, you when you listen to elderly people, you can't get mad because they're in their late 70s, 80s, 90s, and you want to change your vocabulary now. That's what they were brought up with.
Yeah, you can't take somebody who's been speaking a certain way for 70 years and then just even 50 years. It's like, you know what? Here's the deal. They're not racist. They're not trying to be racist.
No, but
And you know that. If an 80-year-old person says that colored fella, they're not that's just what they said growing up. It doesn't mean they're
well, that
racist.
was the
Use your
term
brain.
then,
Right.
and then
Use your
you could
brain.
correct them and say to today they refer to, but you know, it, it's changed. But here's the problem: words have evolved throughout many thousands of years. Because awful used to mean all fulfilled.
Mm,
Now it means terrible.
mm,
Okay. So I get the evolution of words,
yeah.
but when you're changing the meaning every week or every month, it's very
No.
difficult to keep up with.
Well, they're forcing that words evolved organically through conversation. Now they're trying to change the definition forcibly. Like they're forcing a new definition on you, which is going to make people rebel against it. Language is supposed to evolve naturally,
Right.
not by force. And what they're trying to do today is they're trying to force everybody to say certain words, and this doesn't mean this anymore.
I
Well,
never I
look at
never
gay.
knew what deplorable meant until Hillary Clinton said it and they
Oh
described it, but
yeah,
I've never heard that word before, and
that
that's
was
been
the
around for a
dumb.
long time, but now they're
Yeah,
using it a
they
lot.
use it a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then now, you know what word they're using now that's overused? I can't stand this word, content. I'm so sick and tired of hearing
Content,
that
context,
word,
content.
content. When they refer, like,
So what you're saying is we just should all shut up and
yeah,
not speak at all.
or stop saying words because other people say it. I hate
How about if
that.
you just respect You know what? I say things because I spoke 2 languages, and some people take what I say literally, and that's not what I mean.
Yeah,
It's I've been taught a certain I've been, you know, learning how to speak better, but, um, sometimes it comes out differently because of the language my first language, which was Italian.
yeah,
Um, and some people would get mad at me, and I'm just like, I didn't mean any ill from that. It's just, the basic English that I was taught.
yeah.
Don't get mad at me, teach me.
Right.
Or bring it to my attention and I'll choose whether I want to correct it or not,
Yeah. Or
but
just don't, or just, people just don't get mad. Don't let it's just use your head and realize that, okay, clearly this person is not, you know, a, a, a bad person. They just, okay, whatever. It's like,
well,
people
the
just
big
don't use their
buzzword now
head.
is forgiveness. Many people don't want to forgive other people, but they want to be forgiven for what they did.
Right. Right.
They'll ask to be forgiven by their creator, their God, my God, but yet they won't forgive other people. They preach to forgive, and they've
Mm,
been forgiven,
yeah.
but yet they won't forgive others.
Yeah.
And like when Kevin and I spoke, it doesn't mean disown, right?
Yeah. He said you can disagree, but it doesn't mean
Disown.
disown. Yeah. That
You
was
can
good. I like
disagree,
that.
but it
Yeah.
doesn't mean disown. It's people have a hard time with that word forgiveness, the true meaning of it. Forgiveness is not that you're literally forgiving someone, you're forgiving yourself
If you're
from
part of it,
that
yeah, everybody,
person
I've
so that
no,
you don't have to carry the burden or live the burden or the heavy heart. Let it go. You don't have to hang with that person,
yeah,
but you got to learn to forgive yourself for being so angry at them, because while they move on in life and have fun, you're still angry,
yeah, yeah.
and your life is dwindling away from anger, and it's depleting your life rather than forgive it, let it go, and move on. And
See,
some things
yeah,
are hard to forget. Yes.
or forgive, you mean?
No, forget.
Oh, forget. Well,
I
you'll never
mean,
forget.
you'll never forget,
No, you can't forget
but if you don't
unless they
let
have
it go,
technology to mind wipe you, but you'll never forget.
it's called electric shock therapy.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. I think I need
or just get hit in the head with a hammer like I did to my dad. Just hit him in the head with a hammer.
Yeah, I'm surprised he survived that one.
Yeah, if somebody
Uh,
tunes in right when I
That's
say
because
that,
you were
there's
how
no
old were you?
context to that. Yeah, I was a little kid. I
That's
was a
because you saw it
child.
on a cartoon.
Yeah, a cartoon, and I went, and when I hit him in the head, I did it just like the cartoon
And
did.
many
He
people
was
will say
sleeping.
that's the problem with cartoons. They're violent. Oh, so the movies you're watching now are not violent.
Really?
You know,
Also, it wasn't a actual. It was a. I mean, it was a heavy hammer, but it wasn't like a metal. It was a. Um, I think it had. I mean, it's hurt, when you hit, but it wasn't like a steel, hammer or anything like that. But I hit him in the head when he was sleeping on the couch,
well, once
and
again,
I
how
went,
old were you?
oh God, I was like two or three or something.
Probably 3.
Yeah, but I hit him and I went, boing, and I started shaking like the cartoon. But it's like, okay, whatever. I mean, that's gonna happen. It's like the Three Stooges, It's, you're not gonna.
Well, that's where a parent sits down and says, "This is not real." You
Right.
explain, just like a horror film or an action film or whatever. You got to understand that this is based on entertainment. It's not real. One person like Rambo or Jason Bourne or whatever is not going to demolish a whole fleet of an army by themselves.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That's just fantasy,
Right.
because they'd be killed in a second.
Yeah, right.
There's
right.
no way. They might take out a couple people, but hell,
That's why
not
it's
a whole
called
army.
a movie.
I know you sit there and say, I wish I could be like that. But that's, once again, it's a movie. It's not reality. When you see like the ninjas floating in the air, walking on leaves.
Yeah, really. Someone's
I
gonna
tried walking on leaves.
didn't work.
Well, I did on the ground, but not on the trees.
Yeah.
That was a pretty heavy fall. I think we should have lunch.
Lunchtime.
Let's go eat.